He served also in the military and in the fire department. His favorite color is blue. And thank God that I have blue Onpassive t-shirt and cap. So me and Dr. Derrick, we can still feed together in one way or the other. So Dr. Benny, stop laughing at me. So, and his favorite fruit is East Indian mango. So the day that I will go to Indian, that is the same mango I'm going to look for and to eat, so that me and Dr. Derrick will be eating the same fruit. So he's always so in it to win it. So can we jam our hand together as we welcome Dr. Derrick to take the stage tonight? Dr. Derrick, you are welcome.
Peace, blessings, and enough love to everyone on this webinar platform at this moment. And I can't wait for O Connect. Woo, praise the Lord. O Connect. Anyway, thank you very much, Pastor Paul. Really appreciate that wonderful welcome coming out of this Nigerian webinar. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much to everyone. Aisha, I am not seeing you, and you are my inspiration when I'm here. You know, where are you, Aisha? Come on back. And thank you very much, everyone. And thank you very much for being here, especially our guests. To all our guests, this is the only business you're going to ever need. You're not going to need any other business. So let us get into the crux of the matter. This presentation is actually about the best and only business that you will ever need. There's a lot of corruption that is on the internet, and 97% of business on the internet, it fails. It doesn't work. But fortunately, this business is not only on the internet, but it's also a brick and mortar. And that makes a very major, big, huge difference. And I used to have the mindset of having a job. And most of us, you know, that's the mindset that most of us have right out of the gate, because that's what our parents told us, to get an education, get a job, and make some money and live a good life. And that's what most of us mindset is. But it's a different mindset that you need to have a business, or to own a business system, or to be a founder of a business. It's a totally different mindset. And one of the books, or two of the books that I read in my lifetime, as it relates to getting a different mindset, is a book by the name of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and also Cash Flow Quadrant. These two books by Robert Kiyosaki change the mindset so that I have a different mindset from the job. Because with Rich Dad, Poor Dad, there was this man with two dads. One was his biological dad, and one was his friend's dad. And both dad, one was rich, his dad was poor, and his friend's dad, of course, was rich. And so my mindset changed after I read these two books, that you have to think differently when it comes on to business. And so there's only 4 ways to produce income, only 4 ways. 2 of the ways is linear income, and 2 of the ways is leveraged or passive income. So let's look at what the linear income is all about. The first one is E, which is employee. And most of us, if not all of us, at some point was employed, which means we had a job, a job, just over broke. And it doesn't matter what job you have. It's like 5% of people who have a job get wealthy by having that job. So it's not really easy to get wealth having a job. And so even if you're getting 6 figures having a job, you're still just over broke, because the amount of active work determines the income. And every one of us have the same amount of time in the day which is 24 hours. So no matter how hard you try, even if you have 3 jobs, which I know some people have 3 and 4 jobs, don't know how they do that, don't want to know. So you're just trading time for money. That's all you're doing, trading time for money. The next one is S, which is self-employed. And it just means that you own the job. That's all. Because if you don't push up that shutter, if you don't start up that lawnmower for that lawn care business, if you don't, drive out that food truck, then, you're not going to get any income for that self-employment that you have. And so the same thing, there's no much leverage here. And so you're still just trading time for money. But let us go over to the leverage side, which is being a business owner, which is owner of a system like McDonald's, Burger King, those type of franchise, a barber franchise, some kind of a franchise that you don't have to be actively there to let that business roll. So what you are leveraging now is you are leveraging people. So people work for you, and those people that work for you generate that income so that you are a little bit more in the successful part of the ship. But this is where I want everyone to concentrate on, which is whether you're an investor or you're a founder. So being an investor or a founder of your own business is actually leveraging, and that is 5% of the population presently is in this category, because you have to have a lot of money. You have to have a whole heap of money, plenty of money, to let your money work for you. And that is what we are looking at, letting your money work for you. So the rich dad and the poor dad, they think of things differently. So as a poor dad, the poor dad will advise this person, this boy, that the love of money is the root of all evil. But the rich dad would say the lack of money is the cause of evil. The poor dad would say, I can't afford it. The rich dad would say, how can I afford it? The poor dad would say, study hard so you can find a job. The rich dad would say, study hard so you can buy a business. The poor dad would say, the reason I'm not rich is because of my children. What a thing to put on your children. But the rich dad would say, I need to be rich because of my children. And so that is what we are going to show you today, how to let your money work for you. Don't have to invest or put up or buy into anything, but just take a look at this different, first out of the box, ever been done before type of business model. And you can look at onpassive.com for further information. But we are looking at this business where this man with a heart, a humanitarian, Ash Mufari, here is a multimillionaire that is inviting the general public to be a founder of a brick and mortar AI machine learning, which is artificial intelligence, machine learning technology company with proprietary digital products. And that is what we are going to look at today. And we just said founder. So what does it mean to be a founder? A founder is a person who start their own business or start their own company. They're the one who came up with the business idea and acted on it. For example, we can look at Jeff Bezos of Amazon. And so that is who we are inviting, people who are founders of their own business. And so your own personal website built by Onpassive, and it will be your personal website. What do I mean by that? In other words, it will not be onpassive.com/Aisha. No, it will not be onpassive.com slash Macien. No, it will not be that. It will be like, if you want, whatever you want, like aishadigital.com or aisha.com or pastorpaul.com, or it could be even digitalvictor.com. Whatever you want it to name, whatever you want your business to name, whatever you want your website to name, that is what it is going to name. And so therefore, you are going to be owners of your own unique personal website. Founders Virtual Office. Founders will do beta testing, and of course, that is what we are doing right now. We are beta testing some of the products that is there already on our virtual office. So that's one of the things founders will be doing. So if you as a guest come in as a founder, you will be privy to these products before we launch. And each time a product comes out, you will be able to beta test it before it goes to the general populace. Founders of a unicorn company, very important. And we soon find out what and who is a unicorn company. Founders earn residual income for life, and that is what people want. We see a few people that is on the golf course, you know, morning, noon, or night. And we said, then those people don't have a job? No, they don't have a job. They're quite possible they're retired with some good money, or they have a business running for them, a business system. And that is what we are offering here with Onpassive. Founders business built automatically, very important. So you don't have to build the business. Business is built for you. Targeted traffic, very important. And 100% hand-free and customer and resellers, because as founders, we are not only founders, but we are also customers, very important, because without customers, there is no business. So no matter how pretty your business is, no matter how good your business is, if you don't have customers, then that business is going to die. After global launch, no more founders position available. And that is, you know, very straightforward, because there's no way you can be a founder for Apple today. No, you'd have to be a founder for Apple before it launch. So when this company launch, when Onpassive launch, there will be no more founders position available. And so Onpassive is an online company that provides a fair and equal opportunity, tools, and strategy for people to earn passive income online for life. And the person responsible for that is our CEO, Ash Mufare. Is a man with a vision for the future, a selfless person who thinks less about himself, not less of himself, but about himself, and more about people struggling to make a stand for their own, on their own, to lead a prosperous life. The result is Onpassive, an artificial intelligence driven automated platform providing the much needed business solution. And the best part is that it's hands-free. Ash Mufare attended the American Intercontinental University for a master's degree in information technology and e-commerce. It is at this time he understood how the internet has the potential to change people's life. And so let us first look at some products. So far, we have approximately 20 products that we are looking to come out on the market with. Some is already ready. And as we said, we are doing some beta testing on some of our products. But let us look at what these products are affiliated with, and we understand these products out already on the market. So if we look at Udacity, which of course it's an e-learning platform, then Academy will be our digital product that will take that market or be a part of that e-learning market. GoFundMe which the cruel thing about GoFundMe is that GoFundMe and other crowdfunding platform, they take up to 30% of the money that you is trying to get for your activity or for your thing, that whatever you want to fund. So if you get $1,000, then you know you're only going to get $700, because $300 is going to GoFundMe and those other crowdfunding platform. But Oh Bless is not like that. Anything come to you for your project, Oh Bless is going to give all of that to you. So there is no you know, what you might call corruption, because that's what we call corruption with the digital market that is out there already. So things like OSHAP, OStaff, and HR, human resource management, is a major product, major product. It was launched about 2 Thursdays ago, and this product, we are doing beta testing. Some of us have the privilege of doing it thus far, and it will be made available for the rest of us this week to do beta testing. And there are other third party that is doing beta testing on our products also, to ensure of its viability and its validity. Because if a company is already using a HR platform to do whatever they are doing, it's best that they really deal with that testing, because they would know exactly what the products out there already is doing. Unlike myself, I'm not, you know, keen on that particular product and what it really entails. But I tell you, so far, a few persons that are in HR that I have spoken to, they are blown away with this product just by seeing the presentation that was done by Mr. Ashmufari and the team in Hyderabad. Mail, just like Yahoo and Gmail and those things. Zoom, just like what we are using now. We are using a webinar platform, and our webinar platform will be OConnect, and that will be coming out soon. I think our CEO will be doing a look at it on tomorrow, Thursday. And so we know that these products are very, very viable. QuickBooks or counting, or Trim, just like Bitly. A lot of people use Bitly, or Wallet, just like Electrum. Facebook, which will be our own net, and it will be a social media platform, or Tracker, or Capture, and Wix, which will be O Create, Live Chat, which will be O Chat, Connect Stream, O Peer, O Virtual, which will be our VPN, and that is top notch with everything with AI and machine learning. Our O Domain is just like GoDaddy, and so things like our Audit, which right now you have a different company that deals with video editing, and you have a different company that deals with photo editing. Everything is going to be under one roof with Audit, and so that is a game changer. Are these products viable? Yes, they are viable. Relating to an owner or ownership, it is viable. And so 500 billion, this is $500 billion, is already turning in these markets. And so there is money already out there. We don't have to invent the wheel of the market. The market is out there. We're just going to put our presence out there and get some of these billions and billions of dollars that is already out there in the market. What makes Onpassive different? One, the security. Onpassive, a leading artificial intelligence software development company, offers highly secure AI-driven automation product, tools, and application with an emphasis to govern our data automation. 2, automation. Onpassive AI offers automation and enterprise software solution that streamline your business process with a focus on improved results. 3, reliability. Onpassive software consulting and development company is a community of approximately 1.1 million invested in building futuristic application and technological solutions. 4, organic, built from the ground up. Everything that we are doing, we're not borrowing anything from Microsoft. We're not borrowing anything from Zoom. We're not borrowing anything from Facebook. We are building all our product fully organic. No spice or nothing from any other company. If we want a spice to spice it up, we're going to build our own spice and spice it up with our own spices. 5, artificial intelligence. 6, machine learning. Cost effective is number 7, which means there's no person or business on the planet is going to be of a better cost than the cost that we are going to provide under one umbrella, and they communicate with each other. Currently, we are in pre-launch and beta testing. As I said, we are part of the beta testing team, which is the second eye that it will be looking at the products. So the first eye is Ash Mufari and the tech team in Hyderabad. And then the second eye looking at the products, of course, it will be us as founders. And as I said before, the third eye that will be looking at the products is third-party people out there, which are whether business or individual people out there that will give that third eye look at these products. And so after all of that final, we will official global launch to the public once the Onpassive tech team and legal team gives the green light. So yes, that is when we are going to launch. This is when we are going to launch. Rest assured, and I believe that this is soon. There is no date. There is no date when we're going to launch, because we have to rely on the tech team and the legal team to give that, because there's a lot of legal things to deal with, and there's a lot of tech things to just finish, press out those wrinkles. So when they give the green light or the thumbs up, then we will be good to go, which I believe it's very soon. And so we did mention about unicorn companies. And so what is a unicorn company? In business, a unicorn is a privately held startup company valued at over $1 billion with a B. And so yes, any company that has a value of $1 billion, then they are considered a unicorn company. So let us look at a few unicorn companies. InterSwitch, that was started in 2002, and it took them 17 years to generate that first billion. OPay, of course, they took 3 years to get that first billion. IBM started in June of 1911, and they took 79 years to generate that first billion. So it's not an easy task. It's not an easy task to generate $1 billion of value in a company. It's not an easy task. Walt Disney took 69 years. And of course, Microsoft took 15 years to generate that first billion. Apple took 14 years to actually generate that first billion. So it's not an easy task, as I said before. Netflix took 10 years to generate their first billion. And of course, Facebook took 14 years to generate their first $1 billion. So it's not easy to have a value of $1 billion in business value. It's not easy. And so these are some of the world's most valuable unicorns. You have BitDance, you have Diddy, can't pronounce that name. You have SpaceX, of course. SpaceX have to be a unicorn company. You have Stripe. You have Airbnb, just started the other day. Airbnb, big unicorn company. And so there are two types of company. Since we are looking at companies, there are two types of company. One, a public company, and two, a private company. All companies fall under one of these categories. If you're a private company, it means that you sell on the stock market. That's it. If you're a public company, you sell on the stock market. If you're a private company, it means that you are owned by companies' founders, and that is us. So we are a private company, and we are definitely owned by our founders. And so let us look at Apple in 1976. Three founders, Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Roland Wayne. If you was privy to the information that Apple was selling stocks in 1976 when they launched, then if you put $1,000 and buy $1,000 worth of stocks with Apple, then by December 1980, that $1,000 stocks would have worth $430,000 in your pocket. And so let us look at a few publicly owned companies. We have Apple, we have Bank of America, Samsung, Toyota. Privately owned company, IKEA, Publix, supermarket, and Wawa gas station. And of course, Onpassive is also a privately owned companies owned by us as founders, with over 1.1 million founders presently. And of course, the vision of Ashmafara is to restore humanity. Onpassive and its CEO has the love for humanity, which is related to the acronym CATMO. C-A-T-M-O. So let us look at C. Complete digital software products are linked to serve customers' individual needs. All products are on a secure site, offers a high value at a fair price. A, artificial intelligence and automation. An artificial intelligence information software technological company and machine learning technology working 24/7. So even when you're sleeping, it's working. T, targeted traffic. So if someone is looking for shoes, that's not a target traffic. If someone looking for handbag, that's not, they're not looking for anything in our digital world. So there wouldn't be a targeted traffic. A targeted traffic is persons that is looking for the products that we are selling. M, more money, much more money. For each founder's wallet, growing a residual income from a global patented pay plan. And of course, O, Onpassive, our precious business with a heart. It is a privilege and a blessing to be a founding member of this Onpassive business. 5 pillars, C-A-T-M-O. Onpassive will do everything for you as it relates to business. Using an never before seen software products, Onpassive will build your internet business for you. You don't have to be tech savvy. I say again, you don't have to be tech savvy. Ash Mafare is creating both a business for you and also the software product to be sold on your website. You don't have to do anything as it relates to getting the business up and running. Ash and his tech team will do all of those things. Get your business up and running, and you'll be good to go. Onpassive is using artificial intelligence to do all the work. But bear in mind that just like if you was to own a McDonald's franchise, I'm sure you'd want to go in and check your McDonald's franchise, make sure everything is all right, talk with the manager there and the supervisor there, and see that everything is okay. So it's the same thing. Come and look at webinars and watch 2 videos and, make sure everything all right. You can log into your virtual office and all of those good stuff. Make sure that, everything is on the up and up, because remember, it is your business. And so we are registered with the Better Business Bureau and also with sunbiz.org. So fully legal, and of course, legal in an American-based company that began in 2018. So just over 3 years. And of course, it took 4 years for Zoom to launch one product. 4 years for Zoom to launch one product. And so far, we have about 6 or 7 products that we are going to launch with. We also have, in 2020, we lease a 5-story operational headquarters, and that is where all of the tech team are, which deals with product development and customer support, and that is in Hyderabad, India. And recently, a 2-story building in Bangladesh and a building in Singapore we have over 800 staff. Why invest in buildings? Why invest in buildings? It shows credibility. And so, to show even more credibility, process is already on the way to own our own data center. And that is now huge. That is now big. That is now humongous. That is now major, to be owning your own data center, because there's not many data centers in the world. And that is why they can, sell their space on the cloud or wherever for some humongous money. Right now, we are paying maybe 100 to 150,000 a month for some use of data cloud space with Amazon. So it's not cheap. It's not cheap. And why it's not cheap? Because if you look at a server, let us break down the data center a little quickly. If we look at a server, one server is approximately $1 million. One server, one Dege server is approximately $1 million. And so in a server rack, in one server rack, you maybe have about 10 to 12 servers. So we're talking about $10 million for one server rack. And so when you're talking about even a data room, just a room, you might have all, 50 to 100 racks in one room for your server system. So we're talking about millions and millions of dollars. And not only servers, but you also need uninterruptible power supplies to run your server, because you don't want your server to lose power. And when GPS in Jamaica or your company in Nigeria or wherever you are, your electric company turn off power sometime, and all sort of dramas happen with current. And so you have to have these things, uninterrupted power supply in place, especially when you're going to have a data center. This is how the inside of a data center look. It's a massive, massive building. This is how outside of a data center will look. Massive, massive building. And so data centers are not cheap, basically. That's my point. So if a person is going to put up a data center, then that person is not hiding. That person is not doing anything shady, because that's out. You have to be out in the public and out in the eyes of federal governments and all of that to be doing all of those things. Onpassive office in Orlando, just up the road there from me. This one is in Hyderabad, and of course the one in Bangladesh. How much does a business cost? A business, not cheap. For a little barbershop franchise in the US is $120 US. If you want a food truck, it will run you anywhere from 75 to 150,000 for those food truck to sell a little bagel or to sell a little snack out on the street side with a little soda to gush it down. Not cheap. Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Burger King, Buffalo Wings, not cheap. $1 million to get one of those franchise up and going in the US or anywhere that they are available in the world. But say you're going to start in your garage, you don't have those kind of capital. Just to do a LLC in US is $932. Just to do a LLC. So if you are going to just do a LLC for your business, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. So when Ash Mufara talk about $97 to become a founder, to me, for business, that's ridiculous. I understand, don't get me wrong, understand that it's a lot of money for some people. But when it comes on to business people, when it comes on to business, $97 cannot start any business. And we just showed you that. Can't start a business. And then one time out of pocket, it will be approximately $250 to activate your account for when Onpassive goes live to the public and for them to go to work for you, to market to the public, to send your traffic, to deal with your traffic, to sell to your traffic, to make your traffic customers of you, and you get paid. And all of that, you know, 250 approximately. And so business is not cheap. You cannot get a good business for no $500. As we see, just to register to make a business legal is you know, over $900. And so founders are also customers. So right now we have over 1.1 million customers standing at the door, ready for this business to open. So will there be money generating from day one? Yes, money will be generated from day one, because as I said, every business needs customers. And with 1.1 million customers standing at your door, ready for business to be open, that's good. With Onpassive unique patented pay plan, we all get paid in real time, which means you don't have to wait till weekend, till Friday, till fortnight, till month end. No, you don't have to wait till the check come in the mail. No, none of that. As the money is there in your O wallet, the one O wallet, there you go. That's it. Bam, you're good to go. Once global launch start, Onpassive will run, of course, massive marketing campaign with artificial intelligence and machine learning to get customers sign up in your business. These customers are actively looking for the products that you are hosting on your website. And so giving you generational wealth, things you can pass down to your family. And that is what we need. Things you can't pass down your job to your family member. If you serve for 20, 35, 40 years, you still cannot pass down your job to your family member, to your son or to your son's son. No, your son have to look another job, and hopefully he's good at it, that they keep him for 35, 40 years. But no, this you can pass it down, generational wealth, residual income, artificial intelligence, sales funnel, landing pages, autoresponders, and customer service, and much, much more. So Onpassive is the correction to the corruption. Onpassive is the answer to help the weeping child, and that is without food, clothing, shoes, and clean water to drink. Can you imagine? People in this world that we are living in is without clean water to drink. That is definitely ridiculous. And so Onpassive is going to correct all of those corruption. Onpassive is the answer to help the mothers of the world that is crying their eyes out, not knowing which way to turn for help, feeling like their backs are against the wall and no hope inside. Onpassive is the answer to the father of the world that feels like the weight of the world is upon their shoulders, trying to provide for his family. Onpassive is the answer to the senior citizens. One of the things that I hate to see is senior citizens, after they already serve in whatever capacity in the world, especially those that serve in the military. And you see them in the supermarket, 65, 70, 75 years old, in the supermarket packing bags, in Walmart packing bags, in haberdasheries packing bags. It's not good. It's not good. Onpassive is the answer to poverty of the world, where people feel trapped to a never-ending battle of suffering and chaos. Onpassive is the answer to the disability, the homeless of the world that feels like no one really cares about them nor love them, feel all left alone. 97, and that is when, you know, we need to actually care for our mothers and fathers in Zion. Onpassive is the answer to homeless mother, homeless father, homeless children in the world, and at large, homeless people everywhere. Everywhere you walk in society, everywhere you walk, no matter where you walk, you see homeless people. And it's just definitely bad. And so Onpassive is the correction to all of this corruption. And so get back with the person who invited you to see this presentation and ask them for their link for you to become a founder of the only business that you will ever need. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.